There we go. Oh, rainbow. It's very odd looking.
I'd been
rainbow.
planning to return the chalice anyway, but I hadn't expected the trail to bring me here. The Villa de Vasconcelos was as picturesque as ever. The weather was still clear, and Lopez was still watering the damn lawn. I was beginning to suspect that he was surgically attached to that hose.
I love George's witty commentary. It's very fun.
Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
It's not a bad thing, I guess. She's gonna be more happy when you realize that when she finds out that we found Don Carlos. I do like the whole area for the Vasconcelos. It's very, very nice. It's very picturesque. Not to say that the other game, the rest of the game looks like shit. I mean, there's a moose there. Just means so that for some reason this is the thing that gives me the most nostalgia about this game. This whole the Vasconcelos. This and probably not the goat. The goat. Yeah, what else would I say? I say near the end of the game, maybe. It's not, mostly places that I struggled on when I first played this game. You know what I mean? Like, really struggled. Because when I first played this game, I didn't have any internet. In fact, there was no internet around when I first played this game. I mean, was the internet around? I mean, there might have been. It might have been dial-up. Thank God we don't have to go back for those times again. I got the shivers just thinking about it. But yeah, we didn't have any internet until I was about 16, I think. And even then, it came out just as dial-up was gone, and we started having it was like 1 megabyte of speed. You know, it was like super fast. You know, and by then I'd already completed all these games. But yeah, when I played this, Broken Sword 2, I relied on my stubbornness. You know. Anyway, let's walk in down memory lane and play the game. Yeah, I remember Broken Sword 2. I played that game to death.
Senor Stobart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I brought back your chalice.
Yeah, I've ruined it by taking the patina off it. So it's absolutely useless now. You know, people get pretty pissed off, don't they?
You've had it cleaned.
Shouldn't have, though, really. They kept the original.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knights secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
To be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
I mean, from what we know is, it's not wealth that the Templars hid. It was whatever the sword of Bahamut is. Or Baphomet. I keep saying Bahamut, like someone in Final Fantasy. Stupid me. Chalice.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcelos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city.
And take you to the lawyers to write up your will that you might want to put me in. Hint, hint, hint. I can't see this woman not leaving shit for George in her will. I mean, maybe she didn't. But at the end of the day, you never know. She doesn't. I'm pretty sure the Countess never appears in any other game, which is kind of sad because she never come back to this amazing scenery.
There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible, chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
Wow, George, how can you remember them? But it's crazy how he's got his memory like a steel
I'll
trap.
have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
So we need a Bible. And we couldn't ask the priest, remember? Because I spoke to the priest after we learned what was on the tomb. And George didn't give me the prompt to talk to him. I mean, or to ask him about it. There's a Bible. I can't remember what you call that place. You know, where the checkerboard place was. I think I can still go to it. This place here. This place. I might just get soaked. I love how he didn't even interact. Didn't even react. He literally showed no reaction. It's quite annoying that I had to come all this way just to get some Bible references. I mean, I hope I do. If not, I'm just gonna cut all this out. That's gonna be quite weird. Come on, George. Fuck it now. He really is in no rush, is he? He's got all the time in the world. That's what I need.
It was the soggy tissue
No.
I'd found.
This one.
It was the Spanish Bible I'd borrowed from the mausoleum.
So I have to take this, go all the way back. I'm very impatient. I'm stubborn and impatient. Does that tell you about me? Tells that I'm an arsehole, doesn't it? Oh, is it still gonna walk through the? Oh no. He's wising up. He's not gonna walk in the water again, even though it's already wet. It's just too late now, George. You soaked. Absolutely soaked, mate. How slow he takes to get up the stairs. He climbs the stairs like it's got like a 90-year-old man's spine. He takes it super slowly or super safe. Like, right. There's your Bible.
Hello again. Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns.
A load of
The
nonsense.
last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is there mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time.
Yep.
Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
I mean, if it was a
I'll
castle,
just have another look around.
it would have had to
Very
have its
well.
own well system, wouldn't it? To make sense that there's a well. It says, ask Lopez to find a well. I do like this next part. Finding this well was a massive pain in the arse. I remember originally this, like I said, I got stuck in a lot of places in this game. It's mostly to do with the fact that I don't catch on what to do. Because I'm stupid.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
My grass.
Certainly, senor.
Absolutely.
How can I help you?
Stop watering the grass, dickhead. You're going to ruin it.
What's the story behind the chalice vanishing?
When the Inquisition raided, in the absence of Don Carlos, it was believed that they had taken it. Naturally, they denied the charge as they denied taking the children. And naturally, nobody believed them.
But they were telling the truth. The chalice was hidden from them. You don't suppose they were telling the truth about the children as well, do you?
Madre de Dios! I had not thought of that. But then what happened to them?
I don't know. If the Inquisition didn't take them, then who did?
You must speak to my lady of these.
Count on it.
I mean, why would they want children? That's the question.
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the de Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the de Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Yep.
Great! So
I
where
thought
is
it was
it?
a castle.
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Shit.
Well, you must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
Okay, I think we need to go back to the Countess. I think he comes up with those stick things that is it like a downing stick, you know, where you hold it forward and it points to water. Which seems to be like a load of nonsense. I mean, I've never tried it before, but I never needed to I never needed to find water that badly.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
There's still the mystery of the missing chess piece.
I do not think that it will ever be discovered unless the fate of the children is revealed.
The Inquisition were suspected of taking the chalice and the kids, right? We know now they were innocent of the first crime. What if...
They did not take the children either. Then what happened to them?
The Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos's manservant. Now, this guy had been told to protect the kids at all costs, right?
That is correct.
I think he hid them and the chalice when he got wind that the Inquisition was coming. With him dead, and Don Carlos driven mad with grief, there was nobody left who knew the secret. You know what this means, don't you?
I fear so. The children are still here somewhere. If this is so, then it is small wonder that the de Vasconcelos are cursed.
I mean, yeah, you have ghost kids running around.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
It's so weird though, like I get why he hid the children, but why would he hide the chalice? Like, I mean, did he hide the kids because he feared they'll be killed or taken as hostages? Maybe, yeah. I mean, I guess the Inquisition were known to be quite ruthless. I mean, I get torturing kids is probably something that they'll easily do. Oh,
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
It's weird though that even if you just hide him, surely he would have left clues. Like, who left the clues on Don Carlos's tomb? Because if they point to where the kids are, and the only person who knows about them is the manservant. If the manservant's dead, who wrote? And Don Carlos didn't know. Otherwise, he wouldn't have rode off into a battle, would he? He would have gone and got his kids. Huh. I never thought about that, actually. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
Okay, yeah, I'm officially lost. Let me have a check somewhere. You have to do this with forward the game. I'm just trying to think about what I need. I think there might be something in here. Maybe.
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
What's this? What's that? Oh, mirror.
The mirror from Lopez's utility room. Yep, I was still looking great.
Damn, what a handsome chap. I know we need to do something in the mausoleum. I know that. But I don't know if that's what we need to do now. Let's head that way. Unfortunately, you can't just tell George to, like, learn to walk, George. I love how he just walks. You know, we're in no rush. There's not like a crazy cult trying to steal some weird power. No. Oh, we're not against the clock, George, or anything. You just take your time.
I wanted to go swimming, but I didn't have the time.
Okay. I don't just open sea. I have what you call thalassophobia, which is the fear of dark water or deep water, isn't it? Yeah, that terrifies the shit out of me. There you go. Now, if you want to kill me or give me a heart attack, that's what you need to do.
I couldn't climb up there without breaking something.
Oh, George, you think
it was a rod
with a
cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier.
You see what we're doing? And we can go boop. So we need to. Oh God, Lord. Put the tissue on the end of it. There you go. We need to light that candle, basically. I'm just trying to figure out how we can light this now. So we can light the candle. There you go. I know we needed to do this, but I couldn't remember if we needed to do it now or later. That's a big candle. Oh. They hid something in the candle. Yoink. What is that?
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
Huh. Tell you what that looks like. It either looks like a piece of poo or a butt plug.
It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle.
Hmm. Definitely a butt plug. What were these Templars doing with a butt plug? Why would they hide it in a candle? It's to stop the Inquisition from knowing. Ah. I am mentally broken inside. I find weird things funny, as you can probably tell. Now can I speak to Lopez? I bet the Countess is going to be quite angry with me for burning that candle, which is probably like 600 years old.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I...
Uh-huh.
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick, a Y of Hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See, here. That is Hazel.
Where? He didn't point anywhere.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios.
He sort of like twitched. This is the hazel tree.
I went over to find a suitable stick. I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing.
Hi, George. Tricking us. What a bastard. It's going to be like, I don't believe it. There isn't exactly a Y-shaped stick. Possible. Is there any other trees around here? Don't really. I'm pixel hunting at the moment. No. I think it might be near where the hose is. This one.
I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Nice. Nice stick there, George. Now, if we go to Lopez.
Hi, Lopez.
Yeah. I'm really impatient. I don't want to listen to you. There you go.
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Good old divining rod.
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
It'll be like 7 years later. It doesn't help that he's using a hose to wet the floor. Surely that would interact with... Yeah, it's like 6 years later. Yep, that's 3. This is 4 years. That ominous black screen. That's 5 years of... Is he throwing darts into a hoop on the floor? He's shit at that game, though. That's 5 years George has been wandering around. got sick of
Signor
it.
Stobart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now.
It's not,
The
is it?
mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
Bloody
I have
stick.
to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Signor Stobart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way.
Bloody hell.
The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
I was thinking, how has he not fallen down that yet? Oh, bloody hell, the door.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
That's the game's way of telling you you really need to save your game, because as you probably don't realize that this is another time that George can die. It's such a weird death as well. So we'll come over here and then I'll save and then I'll murder George, because it's quite funny. So yeah, give me a second. Radio. There we go. We'll have a look at this.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
Okay, can we put a hand in there?
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
So if you don't move... No! Blope!
Signor Stobart! Signor Stobart! Are you all right?
It's dead, mate.
Signor Stobart!
I absolutely love that death. That is a death that, in the director's cut, George automatically jumps out of the way. Yeah, it's such a weird death that it requires you to do something like the one with Khan. You know, you have to shake his hand and then you have to tell George to jump off the cliff. You know, in this one it's the same. You have to tell George to get out the way.
From a distance, the lion close up. Hey!
Let's do this. And then if we click next to George...
I could hear, and I...
There we go. Sweet.
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Signor Stobart! Signor Stobart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Okay. Such a good death.
I wish that I had Leary's flashlight now. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
So what we need to do is use the mirror over here. I think that's what you need to do. You need to reflect the light into here. Could be bullshitting. Am I bullshitting? I am not. Go brain.
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
Man, they've really went to a lot of trouble to hide whatever's behind this door. Like, they hid the key and a candle. They hid the chalice in the mausoleum with the key, weirdly enough. It's like whatever's behind this door. But anyway, the thing in the candle is the key. So, it's kind of obvious, but I'm just saying. But yeah, whatever's behind this door must have meant a lot to whoever's in there. Oh. I'm not going to die again.
Open sesame! Another secret door.
Secret door of his secret doors.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do. You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
The kids were there all along. All this trouble to hide 2 children, and Don Carlos never found them because he was stricken by rage and grief that he assumed that they were being taken by the Inquisition. Yeah, instead they died.
George, welcome back.
What's a sad
Come
fate?
in, George. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, George.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird that you don't really have any... There's no emotion behind that scene with finding the kids, because it's just the Countess doesn't say
clues
anything.
led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, George.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the
This is
world.
Britain.
George found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we've got the burning of 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘱𝘦𝘪 and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much,
No, it
Stop
hasn't.
painting themselves blue.
except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Icetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in the wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Not
Templars.
Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
Oh, we're all going, are we?
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was?
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
George's attitude towards Andre is so one-sided. Like, it's not like he's going out with Nico, no? George just seems to be, yeah, a bit up there. Anyway, we're off to Bannockburn now. Bannockburn. What a train.
Oh, it must be dawn.
Oh, I guess so. And we must be nearly there. Somewhere, out there in the dark, is Scotland. We've come a long way together to get here.
Yeah. Let's hope it was worth it.
I wouldn't say together. Mind you.
I've still got the clown's nose.
So I see. You should throw it away, George.
You never know when you need a clown's nose.
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, George?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But here, with you. Now.
Kind of. It was very forced. Can I leave? I guess I can. Interesting.